it is large.
Well, here he is, my dear. I'll give him to you to look after.
What a beautiful doll. I just need a boy in my house.
Have to give him a name, then.
I know. He's so handsome. I might call him Handsome.
Oh.
My name is Mirka Mora, and I am a woman of the city. At least that's what I'd always believed. Quick, Handsome, the telephone's ringing. Hello.
Hello, Mirka. Yes? It's Tim Macartney-Snape here.
It's lovely to hear your voice. Where are you ringing from?
I'm ringing from Sydney.
Oh, you're not climbing a mountain somewhere, then?
No, it's not from Kathmandu. I do spend a little time in my office. Have you recovered from the trip?
Very slowly.
How's the painting going? Have you started it yet?
I think it's going to be much more difficult than I thought. I've just started it yesterday. I have a friend who lives high in the mountains of Kosciusko. For years, she tried to persuade me to visit her there. But how could I go when there seemed so much to keep me in the city? Then last winter, I discovered a wonderful book of old paintings by Eugène van Gogh. Finally, I felt it was time to go. I think it's too beautiful. It makes me cry.
Now you can understand why I wanted to stay up here all the time instead of just visiting.
Oh, this is a very big mountain, you see. There's the one that scare me. But I think I know why they scare me. Because they put me in a dilemma. Suddenly your imagination is going wild. And then you don't know if you're on this beautiful earth or if you're on another planet.
It's just so magical out there. You never want to come home.
Are they marigolds at the bottom?
No, these are billy buttons.
Ah, billy buttons.
Some people call them bachelor balls. And they're lovely bright yellow pom-poms on tall stems.
Annelise, you are a true artist of the mountain. You can even translate it into your lovely wool and your very funny needle.
I don't know, but I love the mountains.
Yes.
I don't think I could do anything like this that wasn't of the mountain. The mountains are extraordinary. The mountains are so constant. People come, people go, they change. Sometimes they're unreliable. The mountains are always there. They're always changing. But there's a constancy, a peace. It satisfies something. I'm not sure what.
I wonder how I could ever go out into these mountains.
I think you could. I've heard that Tim Macartney-Snape is in the area. He was with the group that climbed Everest.
When Annelise told me about this mysterious man of Everest who could take me into the mountains, I felt she was weaving a magic spell from which I could not escape. almost before I knew it, we were on our way. My skis felt bewitched, as if they were carrying me into the mountains all by themselves. Never before had I skied so far from comfort and safety. Tim said we'd be out for several days, in the highest part of Australia. I had butterfly in my tummy, but I wasn't afraid. Being with someone who had climbed Mount Everest made me feel very secure. Tim had brought a Sherpa friend with us. His name was Mingma, and he'd been on some of Tim's climbs in Nepal. With fellow travelers like that, who could have fears? I can't do use the same Mars as handsome. Just got nice. Yeah, I should. Why can't I? I could. No, a mountaineer is a serious man. Gotta be have a serious face. So shorts that are smiling, aren't they? They really are smiling, these shorts. Tim, I have put the mountain in your glasses. I know they are in your brain and your body, but now they are inside your glasses. We came to the source of the snowy river. I realized this was a sound I had forgotten. That's sad, isn't it?
It's nice and cold, isn't it?
It's delicious, yes.
Okay.
I have a piggyback there.
Yep.
I haven't had a piggyback.
You comfortable?
Oh, this is the one.
Here we go.
We go forever, ever and ever and ever.
Once we'd crossed the river, we had really left the other world behind. By now, we may as well be in paradise. Life is an adventure. That's one of the first things Tim said to me. I could tell there would be many new joys for me on this trip. I'd never even slept in a tent before.
The wind is very cool there at this time of the night.
Cool, yes, it can get a lot colder too.
Will it? Oh, I'm
Looks like
ready
we have
for
the
it.
tents up by then.
I got wool, I got everything.
Yes, these mountains are very benign sometimes, but they
Yes.
can get really
Yeah.
quite fierce.
Can't wait to make myself a little home in the tent.
Oh, it's a really good feeling, actually.
Yes.
You can feel very snug.
Snug as a bag.
Aren't your hands cold, Mima?
Yeah, you have no gloves.
You've got Sherpa blood.
Yes. Did Minga eat any llamas when he was a little boy?
Should have seen that lovely little house Tim and Mingma made for me. Oh, a doll like you would have loved to be in there with me. It was so nice. Yeah, you would think that this looks like a beetle waiting for the sun to come out. And these are the little legs.
This is a great moment coming into the tent, isn't it? It's wonderful.
Relaxing shelter.
Yes, I'm coming in my shelter.
You want us to hand you your things?
Yeah,
We'll
this is
unpack
very
your bag
kind of
for
you
you.
because I've got things that I need, so I know I'm at home. So you'll find here that teddy bear.
teddy
Teddy bear, yeah, a big teddy bear who talks. Then in my plastic bag, I've got something else, another animal. He's a good boy. He goes with me everywhere. Nice teddy bear. It's all in the plastic bag, in there. I've got a little animal, and I've got a big snake skin. See, I'd always travel with him. It's a very big snake skin.
Wow.
It's a big monster. He goes in my tent. He's a big boy.
You know what those are? Supper?
I sleep with him, you see. And I think I have my little doll in there. A snow doll. That's right. That's it. Oh, this is lovely. Near my home.
Right, too.
That first evening was very special. I loved the feeling of privacy in my own little tent, but it was also good to know that Tim and Mingma were near. I wrote in my diary that I had fared well and felt as though I was living in a beautiful dream. I often talk to my little friends, and that's good for my brain. You have to feed your subconscious as you would feed a beautiful garden.
Well, Mirka, do you think it was worth it today?
Well, it was an odd place to find myself, being a city girl, but I wouldn't have missed it for anything in the world. The beauty of it, and the tumblers. Mingma, did you see me tumble?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it funny?
Oh, very funny. Yeah.
Even if I have sore muscles there, it's worth it.
Yes, actually, for me, it's made it all much more worthwhile being able to take you up there, because that's really what this place is all about. A lot of people don't go there.
So I was very
A unique
privileged.
experience, yes, that's
very
right.
Privileged to have you taking me up to paradise.
Well,
उकालीमा जाँदा जाँदा दाहिने पर्यो बर उकालीमा जाँदा जाँदा दाहिने पर्यो बर
I didn't need to understand the words of Mingma's beautiful song. The tune from his homeland carried me far away into other worlds of ice and snow.
हिमालय चुली त्यो पल्लोपट्टि छङछङ गर्ने खोला हिमालय चुली त्यो पल्लोपट्टि छङछङ गर्ने खोला मैती होला चेली होला सारम राखी बोला हो रेशम फिरिरी रेशम फिरिरी उडेर जौकी डाँडामा बन्छौँ रेशम
That night, I felt the mountains calling me. I could feel myself slowly turning into a spirit of the snows. In the morning, this new world was waiting. The mountains were staring at me, and I stared back at them. This is how one falls in love. It was so lovely to see the planes emerging from the snow. What courage they must have to survive. They clustered together so nicely. I wanted to hold them all the time. It's good to talk to things too. You give life to everything around you, and that's what you should do, because everything is so extraordinary. I'm sure deep down, Tim feels the same way. Tim had much to show us. He trailed on his skis as if they were fish, sweeping over a frozen sea. There is no skiing in Nepal, and Mingma was still learning many things from Tim.
Lean to the left too, right?
The hardest thing for me was those mountain clothes. I felt as though I was inside another body. I would have loved to be dressed all in white chiffon so I could disappear into the snow.
Actually, I think these are my favourite mountains, really. Obviously, it's not like the Himalaya, where the mountains, the scale is just far, far greater than here. But even so, these mountains are big enough to make you feel very humble.
Still, the top of these mountains touch the sky like Mount Everest touch the sky. So if you don't know how deep they go down, you think you might be in Mount Everest again.
Exactly, yes. Yes, although you're not looking out on hundreds of lesser peaks.
I understand.
Here you're looking out into a very dry continent, and I think that makes these mountains more outstanding because there's such a contrast between up here and down on the plains. I enjoy coming up with people who have never been before because you tend to forget what it's like the first time you come here, and that's always the most magical moment, I think. I feel very envious of you, actually, coming up here for the first time.
Yeah, but you see, in life, everything should be the first time. That's the secret of happiness.
Exactly. But now the mountains are very familiar to me. You know, I can ski around them without worrying about getting lost or anything like that.
Yes. Can you ski in the night?
You can.
You can.
It's actually skiing in the night is good because it removes certain senses and leaves more up to your imagination.
Fully.
And it can make you quite frightened.
Oh.
Which is a good feeling, actually.
Yes. Tim, do you think we're going towards a blizzard?
I don't think so.
No blizzard today?
Everything was an experience not to be missed. A painter must be very clear and brave to capture a landscape. Sometimes I thought of my studio, far, far away. I wondered what I would make of all this when I returned.
This is very odd, painting water when there's so much snow about.
So very strange. Some snow. All the water going through the tunnel. All my pebbles are so big. That's because I'm an optimist.
Hello, Mirka.
Would you like a visitor?
Come in, make yourself at home.
It's not easy to come in.
Knock the snow off your boots.
Oh, sorry. I have bad habits.
I should have put a doormat out.
Yes. What are you doing there? I saw you
Oh,
made a
this is
little
a
noise.
little puzzle of Mingma's.
Oh, Mingma's.
I'll give you a go later.
I have a surprise for you.
Have you? Von Gura. That looks like up here.
It is.
See, Tim, I have this beautiful picture in my studio always because I'm a frustrated painter. I dream to paint the landscape. But you have to live in the landscape to paint it. And that painting shows me that I could paint the landscape because Eugene von Gera captures the far away and the very close to you.
Yes, he's got a good sense of emptiness there. And I like the rocks too. He's conveyed them really well, hasn't he?
Very, very beautiful.
Great light.
Do you think it would be possible to go that close or to
Yes.
a place like that?
Yes, why not? We're here.
It's like magic.
We'll climb a ridge top
Yes.
later on. I'll show you.
Well, I'm ready. Brave and ready.
Imagine coming up here 100 years ago.
Yes, what courage. What passion to discover a beautiful landscape. Ooh. Oh,
Yeah, I think this is about the place.
Gosh, it's just beautiful.
was it really Monsieur von Gera who tipped his head to me? These mountains were truly a place of wonders. Ooh, I wonder who it could be. I wonder who that could be. Ooh. Hello.
Hello, Mirka. Hello, Mirka. It's Anneliese here.
Oh, Anneliese, what a lovely surprise to hear your voice.
How is it down there?
You won't believe it, but I'm just painting the mountain.
You're just painting? Oh, marvellous. How's it going?
Well, it is not easy to catch the soul of the mountain. And all the different colors of the snow are so hard to catch. How does the mountain look today?
Well, of course, it's very, very different now. It's beautiful. And the hills look very green and the trees look deep green and they're glistening in the wind as the wind goes through the leaves. The flowers have been beautiful.
The longer I work on this painting, the more memories come back. See what you were doing on the hill. What is that all?
That's a radio tracking antenna.
An antenna? What are you doing with the antenna, I wonder?
I'm looking for pygmy possums.
Pygmy possum? How could someone find any sort of animal with such a
They're under the tent. They're
mysterious
not like
device.
ordinary possums live in trees, but these ones live in the boulder fields, and in the winter the boulders are covered in snow. So I'm looking under the snow.
But how can you look under the snow? What?
Well, what I do is I put a collar around their necks with a radio transmitter on it, and it gives out a signal that I can pick up on this.
That looks like a TV, a radio.
It's a radio antenna. I can show you if you
Yeah.
like.
Is that the possums?
That's from the transmitter on the possum.
Oh.
And if I turn the antenna, we can find out where the possum is.
Oh, could we? So with your radio receiver, you know where the little possums are?
Yes, it's a directional antenna. And if I point out here where the possum is, the sound is really loud. If I turn it away, you can't hear the sound as loud.
Oh, that's
And I catch them again when the snow melts and take the collar off.
Can you hold them in your hand?
Yes,
How
they're only
small?
tiny. They're only about that big.
Oh, that's beautiful. I wish I could see one. My mind went on another journey. I was plunging into a world beneath the snow. Tim had told me about Aborigines who came to the mountains thousands of years ago. They feasted on insects which swarmed in the caves and crevices. I felt I could turn a corner at any moment and find those people huddling over their cooking fires. I wondered what lived in those underground passages, while glaciers were shaping the world above. I was beginning to lose track of the days. Nature was playing with all my senses, and all memories were awakening. I remembered a snowy night in France, and my father telling me a story. He said there was a snow goblin who lived at the top of a mountain. One day it fell, and as it tumbled down, the snow began to cling to its body. It gathered more and more snow. By the time it reached the bottom, it had become a giant snowman. When spring came, the snowman melted and turned into a beautiful creek. And that's how it stayed forever.
Hello.
Hi, Mirka.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad, except I'm sitting on an ant hill. I think all the ants are going right through my...
Over here, I think.
The ants are going through my pens and my drawings.
Through your paints?
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming on.
Not too bad.
Quickly.
Not too bad. How did you go on the mountain up there?
It's getting a bit slushy, but it's good fun.
It looked very high to me. I don't think I could go that high yet.
Oh well, we'll get you up there later, I hope. It's a great view.
Yeah. Did you have a tumble, Mingma? Did you have a tumble? Yeah?
Colder wind up there. When you're coming down, the wind whistles through your ears.
I'd never have believed I would spend a night in an igloo.
Can't wait to see the daylight come through the snow tomorrow morning. Will we see the daylight
Oh, it's
through
beautiful,
the snow?
yes. You'll see the starlight through the snow as it gets darker.
Starlight.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a little girl in France, I was terrified of mountains. Until now, really, because in France you were told that the big eagles always took away the little children in their lair.
Oh, I've read fairy tales like that.
You know, I'm not a reasonable woman. I think I told you that before. I love gruesome death stories. You must know a lot of them.
Actually, near here, about 4 years ago, I nearly lost someone. It was in a blizzard. It was a bad blizzard because it was raining, not snowing. Very, very wet and cold. And we lost someone for about half the night. But they were very sensible. They managed to dig themselves a little snow cave. And we found them in the snow cave about 2 o'clock in the morning during a howling gale. I was really very, very worried.
You couldn't hear their voices?
No, you couldn't hear about anything above the wind.
कोही ठाउँमा मान्छेहरू जहिले पनि मर्छ त्यहाँ
अँ?
किनभने कोही मान्छे फेरि बाटो पनि हेर्नु जान्दैन बेला जाने ठाउँमा जान्छ
Mingma says it's not like this in Nepal. It's more dangerous there.
Oh,
It's much more dangerous.
Yeah.
Also, he says people who don't have any experience
Don't
go up to
go
places.
up. Oh.
Go up to places that where avalanches always occur. But that's a very rare occasion here.
Yeah.
That's what I like about these mountains. Is there aren't things like crevasses and avalanches
Yes, they are gentle.
in most places.
They're
Yeah.
gentle mountains.
Yeah. Still, you have to respect them, though.
I think so, yes, because I feel secure because you and Mingwa are there, but I'm not. I mean, I think I'm getting too friendly. I think I'm getting too friendly with mountains. Can you be too friendly with the mountains?
Yeah, you can. You can be as friendly as you like, as long as you're aware that there's a danger there.
There came a terrible tempest. I was all wrapped up in case my tent flew away. The blizzard took me back to the war in France, when you heard the sirens wailing and you had to be ready to go down into the cellars. But here, there was nowhere to go. That's stunning. There was nowhere to go. I imagined us trying to ski anywhere in that storm, but the idea made me feel a bit lost.
Tim, I'm very game to try and catch and sketch your visage. But you know, your profile makes me think of a beautiful painter called Filippo Lippi. And also, in your eyes, I can see that you went to Mount Everest.
You mean my skin's all beaten up by the weather?
No, you have magic in the eyes. Maybe the mountains have sculpted your face.
Perhaps. Certainly does have an effect on you.
Yes. The sun,
The sun and the wind.
and then the majesty, the view, no?
Well, I wonder what comes first. Whether the mountains sculpt you or you're that way to start with, and that's why you go to the mountains.
I know it is your very private feeling, but what did you feel when you went right on top of Mount Everest?
Well, actually, I think the initial feeling was one of tremendous relief because it was so difficult getting up there, and after all the hard work, suddenly it was over. There was no place higher to go. It was a very, very vivid 20 minutes we spent there. It was at sunset, and the clouds were filling the valleys, and all the peaks surrounding Everest were pink and gold. The colours just seem to shine. It's a very unusual memory because it's so vivid, even after 2 years.
You see, I have been a bit of a coward. I have kept in reserve the time to go to the mountain. Until now, I don't dare too much beauty at a time. You could die, or you could walk on clouds forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you feel a pure man. You feel pure.
Well, you do feel pure at times in the mountains because there's no complications in your life. That's the great thing about wilderness, I suppose. If I couldn't, for some reason, come to places like this, life would be very much the poorer.
I was beginning to feel like a creature of the mountains, like an abominable snow woman. I thought I would feel so strange when I returned to the city. There, you're like a bird with its wings clipped. You don't feel a lot of things. And yet, I do love the city as well. Many things became clearer up there. I recalled how von Gerhard had said, painters must not just paint what they see before them. They must also paint what they see inside themselves. The mountains were helping me to rediscover that. No, you're not smiling enough, Mr. Angel. So I have to try and make you smile. But maybe you're too cold. I can see how to catch your soul, the same as I'm trying to catch the soul of the mountains. Bit of trouble here. Bit of nice trouble. Green wings with drops of sky on the edge. Drops of sky on the edge. Very handsome. Like Pompon still asleep.
Wait till you go back to the city. Then you'll take some getting used to that too, again.
Do you see, I think the big building in the city, I always think they are mountains in disguise.
Yeah, they're full of people.
That's right.
These aren't.
I see what you say.
It'd be actually very nice if we could get you up right on top, but well, it's a bit difficult for a beginner, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got an idea. I'll see.
Really? A surprise.
Be good.
We'll wait for you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I felt like a child at Christmas.
Bye.
Tim said he would return with my surprise as soon as he could. It was going to be a long wait.
उकालीमा जाँदा जाँदा दैने पर्यो बार एक्लै वनमा गई चढाउने कहाँ हो तिम्रो घर रेशम
Mirka, here's your magic carpet.
Sledge. I can't believe it. It's so little and so pretty. Will I fit in it?
Well, have a try.
Oh, how lovely.
You got to sit right down there with your back against the pack.
Oh, this is wonderful.
You can't wait to get in it, can you?
Look
It's
how
made
I
for you.
fit so good in it. Mingma, you going to hold my hand?
I'm afraid I'm going to be the reindeer. This will get you to places you never dreamed of, Mirka.
I think it's already fits me. It fits me perfectly, like a glove.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Ooh, this is the stuff dreams are made of.
Well, I think we made it, Mirka.
I think words fails me, and I'm crying. It's so beautiful. Oh,
What do you think?
well, I think you're a magician. Tim, would you know the name of that mountain?
It's Watson's Crag.
Oh, Watson's Crag.
Yeah.
Do you think one could ski on this mountain?
Oh, that's my favourite skiing place.
Is that so? It looks very difficult to me. It's got lots of
Oh,
peaks
it's
and crevasses.
Fantastic skiing.
Is that so?
Yeah, the best.
You would fly away then. You would fly from one cliff to another,
Oh, you
jump.
fly all the way down.
I have no idea how many mountains there is from here. I'm trying to count them. I keep thinking of Tom Thumb who stole the boots of the big ogre and jumped from one mountain to another. it almost seems possible when you look at the magic
does, yeah.
landscape.
Yeah, it does.
I was left alone with my thoughts. Those magic days were coming to an end, but Tim wanted one final ski down those beautiful slopes. They shone in the sun as they still shine in my mind. With Tim and Mingma's help, a part of me had been reborn. Maybe we all crave for the wilderness, even when we think we've forgotten it. the snow and the clouds, the sun and the wind, the rivers and people, and most of all the mountains. I sang them all from my little plane. I would carry their images with me forever.